Welcome to another Suddenly Comics video. Today we are looking at a little-known publisher of comics called I.W. I.W operated between 1958 and 1964. Now over to our host, Mr. Suddenly Comics himself.
Hi comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. Today it's another in my series where I look at niche publishers or small publishers from the past. So today I am going to talk about I.W Publishing, which are a really interesting little company, operated between 1958 and 1964. Published a total of something like 353 comics, but across, believe it or not, 118 different titles. So most of the titles had but a single issue and at most 3 or 4 issues. I.W Publishing was owned by a gentleman called Israel Walden. Now, after the Comic Code Authority came in 1954, a number of comic publishers went out of business. A number of the smaller ones went out of business, and a number of the printers and printing houses that printed those comics also closed down. What Israel Walden did, he was like the Vulture of the comic industry, is that he went and raided the assets of these closed printers and publishers, and picked up the printing plates. He didn't buy the intellectual property rights, but he did buy the printing plates to a number of comics. He then produced unauthorized copies of the comics. In some cases, he also acquired the original cover artwork. So some of the comics had the original cover artwork, but in a lot of cases, he didn't get the cover print plate, so he had to commission new covers. So quite a lot of the I.W. comics are reprints on the inside with new covers on the outside. And a lot of these comics are the inside. Obviously, this guy started in 1958. So on the inside, we've got Golden Age comic material. He produced a whole load in about 1958. He then went quiet for a few years, and then he produced another bunch of them in 1964. There's no logic to any of the numbering. Generally, the 1958 ones are numbered number one, and the later ones are often numbered numbers 8 and 9. So quite often you'll get issue 1 and then you get issue 8 and 9. There's no logic to it. Anyway, these were seen, and he also sort of got around distribution by selling himself to discount stores and grocery stores. So it was a real budget operation. Yeah, it was also known, I think it was also known as Quality Comic, no, so Super Comics or top quality comics. Anyway, I've got a bunch of them here. I think that I've begun collecting these. I picked up a few in an auction, and then I've been picking them up since on eBay, picking up ones and twos when I see them. They are getting pricey, these, because I don't think the print runs were huge, and I think they were seen for quite a long time as reprint rubbish, and therefore people didn't keep them or look after them. So now some of these are getting quite collectible. In fact, this first one I'm going to show you, which is in a great condition. This is a reprint of The Mask of Dr. Fu Manchu from Avon Comics in 1951. And internally, that's what's in here, with artwork by Wally Wood and Joe Orlando. The cover, however, is not the same. The cover on this is actually done by Carl Burgos, specifically just for this issue. This is a really nice grade. The ones I picked up in auction were really nice grade. And this is worth sort of 30 to 40 pounds, something like $50, something like that. So if you come across these, they are worth, if you come across them cheap, they're definitely worth picking up. Here we have a really nice one. Again, Space Mysteries #1. Um, Cover art again by Carl Burgos, probably. And there's only two issues of this exist, issues 1 and 9. This one is, of course, from the 1958 run. Here's a good one. This is from Blue Beetle #44 from Fox. Internally, that's what's here. And this has only got one other issue as well, issue 10. This is again probably Carl Burgos cover, and internally, as I said, it reprints Blue Beetle #44. Space Mysteries. That was in less lower grade. I think I picked that one up on eBay. Then we got a whole raft of romance ones because I collect romance comics, and you can pick these up. I picked these up, I think, between sort of around £5 to £10 each. This is a really nice one. Frontier Romancers. Very nice, nice condition. I've got two issues of Frontier Romancers. That's #9. Here is #1. There you go. That's a classic example. The cover artwork here is by Sol Brodsky, and it reprints Frontier Romancers from Avon Comics in 1949. And that is the entire run of Frontier Romancers. Issue 1 in 1958, issue 9 in 1964, two issues, the entire run of Frontier Romancers. Here we have realistic romancers. I have got the full set of realistic romancers. I have #1. Um, and the cover inks may be by Bernard Sachs, maybe Vince Colletta. It is unknown according to the Grand Comics database, but internally it reprints realistic romances from Avon in 1951. And there is an 8 and a 9, and I have got 8 and 9. So again, I have got the complete run of realistic romances from I.W Comics. This one's nice. Then we have a whole load of Western titles. Again, this is Wild Western Roundup #1, and it reprints Kid Cowboy issue 10 from 1952. And the cover art here is John Severin, believe it or not. This is another nice one as well. I think there's only one issue of this, The Fighting Daniel Boone. This is the only issue. The cover is Everett Kinsler, and it reprints Fighting Daniel Boone from Avon Comics 1953. Blazing Six Guns, again, the cover by Everett Kinsler. It reprints Western Killers issue 62 from Fox in 1949. There are 10 issues in this series. Oh, that must be a record. Anyway, I've only got #1. Right, when we have Anger, Jungle King, again, 1958, reprints Kanga Comics from Fiction House, issue 18. Again, cover art by Everett Kinsler. US Fighting Air Force. Again, this is #1. It is from 1958. It's suspected the artwork here is John Severin, but it is not definite. It reprints US Fighting Air Force issue 1 from Superior Comics in 1952. There is an issue 9 of this, and those are the only two issues. I haven't got issue 9. Uh, Great Action Comics. This is another John Severin cover. It reprints Gold Medal Comics #1 from 1945. and there is an issue 8 and 9 of this. This one is a great cover. I think the cover's by Bernard Bailey. It reprint. So the cover here has absolutely no representation of what's in the comic. Okay, this looks like a sort of early Doctor Strange, but actually this comic inside is Golden Age pre-code horror. It reprints City of the Living Dead from Avon Comics in 1952. And this was the only issue of Fantastic Tales, and this one is worth a fair amount of money. Then we have got The Mighty Atom, a sort of funny kids comic. Now, as I did tell you that occasionally you got comics with the original covers on it, and I've picked up two with covers by L.B. Cole. This is Jungle Comics. And that is a great LB Cole cover. I picked this up for less than £10. So getting an LB Cole cover, look at that LB Cole cover, tremendous. This is in lowish grade, but still paid less than £10 for that. Great pickup. And finally, the last one is another LB Cole cover. I got this, believe it or not, somebody had this on UK Whatnot. I did pay a reasonable amount for it. But I paid probably half of what I think the current fair market value is. This is a called Teen Talk number 9, and that is an LB Cole cover. That is the original cover that this comic had, and they obviously got the plates with the LB Cole original artwork. So there you go. There's a little run through of the publisher I.W Comics by a guy who, the Vulture of the comic industry, Israel Walden. That's it for now. See ya again soon.